grade. Happy Friday. Your word today is panache. This is a word I've never heard before, and I love it. Go ahead and hit pause and figure out the part of speech and definition. Okay, here we have Sir Charles, and his mustache is a symbol of his panache. So, let's think about this. We have the word his, and in that second sentence we have the word woman's, right? Apostrophe S. Let's just plug in something random and try to figure out the part of speech. Typically when you have the word his, it's followed by his car, his dog, his house, the woman's cat, the woman's rug, the woman's carpet, I don't know. Right? So typically after those words, his and the possessive of, when you have a possessive, usually what follows is a possession, right? So his thing. And so therefore panache is a noun. So let's try to figure out what it might mean. The image, I think, helps. Let's look at that first sentence. Eric entered the room with panache, wearing his new tux, his Rolex, and $500 shoes. So it's got to do with money. Let's plug in a word. Eric entered the room with blank. With style, with elegance. And that is exactly what panache is. What an awesome word. Ah, sadly, parting is such sweet sorrow that I should say goodnight ere it be morrow. My friends, it's time to finish the play. Sigh, sigh. So, to begin, you are going to be Friar Lawrence, all right, and I'm going to be Juliet, okay? So, Friar Lawrence, you're about to enter into the tomb where Juliet is, and our purpose here is to figure out why would Friar Lawrence leave Juliet alone, and what does this show us about him? Okay, so Friar Lawrence, you are up. Go! Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo? Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand? Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after? Oh, I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make die with a restorative kiss. Oh, thy lips are warm. Oh. Lead, boy, which way? Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. Oh, there rust, and let me die. Okay, so let's think about this. Friar Lawrence enters the tomb, sees Paris is dead, sees Romeo is dead. What's his solution? Is his solution, oh my gosh, something horrible has happened. Juliet, we gotta tell everyone what happened. We gotta tell the truth. The truth will set you free, my friends. Does he say, let's go tell the truth? Not so much. Look down at the bottom. I made certain words blue. His solution is, he says, I will dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. So think about dispose like a garbage disposal. He's going to hide her. I'm going to hide you in a sisterhood of holy nuns. He's going to send her to a convent. Not a horrible idea. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a convent. But Friar Lawrence, this holy man, his solution is not to tell the truth. It's to continue running, to continue hiding. And then we hear this noise, presumably people coming because they heard about, Paris and Romeo dying. And what does he do? I dare no longer stay. He runs away. So think about, what does that show us about Friar Lawrence? So that is one of the questions on the handout. Now, what I want you guys to think about, I asked you this question last week. What should you do when you encounter somebody who is in crisis? I mean, Juliet is clearly in crisis here. And Friar Lawrence's solution is to run away. And I asked you guys this last week, what would you do? And not a single one of you said I would just run away. Right? I mean, this is so obviously not what you should do when you encounter somebody who is thinking about hurting themselves, right? And you guys brought up some great ideas. So the one thing I want to point out, if you encounter somebody who is like this, somebody who you think they might want to hurt themselves, well, you first need to make sure that you are safe, right? Like if they, God forbid, had a knife or had something with them, right? You need to make sure that you are safe, okay? And if you are safe, you definitely should not leave that person alone, right? Because you don't want that, you don't want them to feel alone, okay? So first, you got to make sure that you're safe, okay? But then, after that, after you know that you're safe, you don't want to leave that person. You don't want to, let them feel alone. In all likelihood, the underlying issue might be that they feel alone, that they don't matter, right? And you guys had some other great ideas, right? Like you should call for help, right? You should seek out the opinion of, an adult. Maybe, we need to get this person some help, some medical help, right? And I mean, there are professionals who do this for a living. Like they're trained to help people who are in crisis, right? We're not there to fix that person, but we're there to be there with them, and that's so important. So I'm so grateful for your guys' responses. So I'm a little disappointed in Friar Lawrence's response. Anywho, I want to finish the play now, and I want to focus on the very end, the very last couple of lines. So you are going to be Lord Capulet. I am going to be Prince and Lord Montague. Okay? So here's our goal, right? If we think back to the prologue of the play, right, we hear that the fearful passage of their death-marked love, right, the love of Romeo and Juliet is death-marked, and the continuance of their parents' rage, right, the parents still hate each other, which, but their children's end naught could remove, right? From the very beginning of the play, we learn that nothing could end the feud except for their children's end. So I want you to prove to me that Romeo and Juliet's death has ended the feud. Prove to me that it removed this rage from the two sides, okay? And you're going to prove that with a quote. All right, Lord Capulet, I will begin as Prince. This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of their death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison, he is Romeo. Here Romeo writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal come to this vault to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies, Capulet, Montague? See what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love, and I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished. But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet. A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. Okay, so go ahead and finish that handout. How do we know that Capulet and Montague aren't going to fight anymore? I think we've got something that Capulet says. I think we have something that Montague says. And what a way to end. Never was there a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. Do you remember what we call it when we have two lines back to back that rhyme? Two lines that are together. Think about what do you call it when two people go on, two people who are dating, they are a couple, so that is a couplet. Okay, so it is time for you to turn in the handout, obviously, once you're done. Okay, so you can email me a picture of the handout. You could send it to me through Remind. You could just take a picture of it. Or you can upload pictures onto Google Classroom. Okay, there will be an assignment for you there, and you can just submit it there. Okay, either as the pictures or you can paste the pictures into a document. I'm not totally concerned. Do whatever is easiest for you, okay? Turning things in used to be as easy as saying, hey, pass it down the row, okay? I am here, okay? I've got all of, spring break to get this handout. So just do your best to get it to me somehow, okay? Don't stress about it. But do turn that in so I can give you a grade, okay? Now, you will see on Google Classroom there's an optional essay for you. This is an essay that you would have written with your elbow partner. Every person in the room would have had a different character, and then we would have argued and battled. And that's okay. But I do have this essay for you. Okay, I'll show you. It's here on Classwork, so you can find it by going to Classwork. All right. And anywho, you view assignment and you click on it, and it just pops up. Okay. Now, of course, anywho, so what you'll do is I want you to just prove who is most responsible for the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. Okay. Now, this essay is optional. Okay. I imagine today will probably be a busy day for you guys. Okay. So if you don't get to it today, that's totally fine. You've got spring break off. I can't imagine you've got crazy things planned, right? Because we're not really supposed to be traveling, which is good. We want to, keep ourselves safe and healthy and our families safe and the world safe for that matter. But anywho, I know a lot of you want to get better at writing. If you write this essay and turn it in, I will give you some feedback and try to help you get better at writing. Okay? But I'm not in your household, right? If things are crazy, you're super stressed out, you don't have time to do this, that's okay. I'm not here to judge. I am here to help you to get better at writing, okay? But the last thing I want to do is stress you guys out, okay? I want to prepare you for high school, but I also don't want to stress you out too much, okay? So you be honest with me. If you turn this in any day on spring break, I'm going to be checking Google Classroom. You turn it in, I'll read it, and I will give you feedback, all right? My friends, it does kill me that I can't be with you face to face out on the old kickball court in the classroom. But I am so grateful that I can be with you, even in this way, right? Things could be so much worse. I'm so grateful that I can communicate with you in this way. So know that I love you and know that I am praying for you. And I hope you guys have a fabulous Friday and that you get outside and enjoy the sun. Love you guys.